The problem is when we walk into a negotiation, we know what we want. We may have an idea about what we think something's worth. But from a strategic standpoint, what we should be focused on is finding out what you think it's worth and what I need to say or do to convince you of what that product or service is worth, which means that I should be thinking about, do I know what you think about my product when I walk in the door? No, not if I've never met you or not if you haven't told me. So ultimately, my objective would be to understand what you want, how you communicate, and how I can best establish that value in your mind. Not you're the one buying it. So I can think it's worth gold, but if you don't think it's worth gold, so if I go in, what is it that is going to make you say yes to me when I know statistically you're saying no to 99% of the people that walk into your office?
Right. So it's always a what's in it for them as well.
Thank you.
It has to be.
Yeah, instead we walk in thinking what's in it for me and how do I get it? And what we should be thinking about is what's in it for them and what language or how do I need to characterize it so that they understand what's in it for them? Like, and I recently talked to one of the major book agents in the entire world. Certainly every major movie that's come out that's been based on a book in the last decade and a half, his hand is on that book. He's a major agent out of New York. And I asked him that what is it that you're looking for? When he looks at a book, somebody can come and, is this the greatest book that's ever been read? That's not what he's thinking about. What he's thinking about is it's the greatest book that ever lived, because what he's thinking about is I have to feed my business. I have to feed my people. I have to feed myself, right? And in order to do that, I look at your project. All I'm thinking about is who will pay me for this project. So if I'm walking in talking about how great my book is, the book may be great, but if he looks down at my book and starts to read my book, but does not see where he can monetize that book, then it's still the greatest book in the world that didn't get a contract and didn't get sold. So what I really should be thinking about from his standpoint is how do I crystallize for him the fact that there is a way to monetize this product that will satisfy what his focus is, which is how do I get paid? What's in it for me?
Right.
That's
What's my
fundamentally
bottom line?
exactly fundamental.
Mhm.
So if I'm walking in, yeah, we know that we need a great product. And because we know that a great product, we can go and we need the product. But the question is, how do we position that product in a way so that the buyer or the consumer sees the value that we believe that it has?
Right.
That's what the focus, and the negotiation part is the process of establishing that value. Right. So when I go in and I talk to him, to an agent, or I talk to a client, I can say, listen, I got XYZ for 9 other clients. And every advertising that you see talks about how great somebody's services were for somebody else. That's the way marketing works today. Right. Look at, I did it, so you can do it too.
Right.
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 That's how it works. So, but from my perspective, how interested am I in how successful you've been for people that are not me? I'm not. I
Right.
mean, I'm
Right.
talking to you because you were successful with other people. That's how you got and came to my attention. But I'm not interested in what you did for them. What I'm interested in is what you can do for me. And that is exactly the same thing that happens in a transaction. So a negotiation, whether it's business or personal, is really just understanding what words, what environment, what tools do I need to crystallize my perspective and then either persuade or influence someone to then take actions that are in my best interest.